I was getting work done like I told you I was finna do today. I was getting work done like I said I was gonna do. And then I saw that they're trending right now was Kelsey's former bodyguard statement about what happened on the day where Megan Thee Stallion was shot at. And I had to come on here and talk about this because it's getting we're getting to a point where it's like, are we serious? Are we serious right now? And I'm gonna play the audio of the media press thing, they conference they did, or whatever they want to call it. Which by the way, they're doing a media conference, but the bodyguard who's alleged to have the real truth is not the person speaking at the press conference. It's like, I'm gonna play the audio for y'all in just a second so that we can all listen to what they are alleging. But I just think that we're getting to a point where it's like, at what point do we say that this is out of control? At what point do we say that this makes no sense? At what point do we use our brain, our real rational brains, to say, hey, let's think this through? Because right now, it's not giving intelligent. It's not giving, we have on our thinking caps. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, in a second, play the audio from the press release conference so that we can all listen to it. And then we'll talk about it from there. So let's get our thinking caps on if you don't have them on already. And I also wholly anticipate that there will be people trolling because they're upset about this and want Megan Thee Stallion to be responsible for what happened. So let's get into this audio from today's press conference. This is not Kelsey's bodyguard, but someone talking about, I don't know who he is, but he's doing the press conference to tell us what happened, according to this bodyguard / driver.
Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Ms. Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-conflict disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. The passenger side is where Ms. Harris was sitting. This further iterates that Mr. Peterson did not shoot Ms. Pete, did not shoot at Ms. Pete, or did not assault Ms. Pete. It's just another irregularity in a list of irregularities in this case. For example, there were 3 potential suspects in the car that night, and yet the only DNA sample was taken of Mr. Peterson 2 more times, even though unknown DNA was found on the gun. Why wasn't Ms. Harris's DNA taken? Or was it taken and the information simply never given to the defense? Why wasn't the driver of the car, Mr. Jaquan Smith's DNA taken? Or was it taken and again, simply not given to the defense?
So, just so we're clear, it's hilarious that y'all are saying keep Tory, keep Tory in jail. A few things that we need to make obviously clear that I feel like I shouldn't have to say, but let's just say it. Number one is that this is hearsay. This is literally a rumor. It is a rumor. We are talking about a rumor. You understand what I'm saying? So there's no actual evidence. This is a former driver slash bodyguard of Kelsey. She wasn't the driver and bodyguard that was in the car. I mean, he wasn't the driver and bodyguard that was in the car. He's not even her current driver and bodyguard. He literally just decided to go to people and tell them, hey, I overheard conversations about Kelsey being the one to actually shoot at Megan Thee Stallion. That is not evidence. That is not evidence at all. That's not even something to be taken seriously. The fact that people are literally losing their minds saying, see, he was free this whole time, that's just number one. Number one is that this is literally a rumor right now. We have no evidence, none, pointing to the fact that this is true. He could be a disgruntled bodyguard. He can be anything. The other thing is, you said you couldn't sit back and watch a man be in jail wrongfully this whole time. Tory Lanez done been in jail for how long? You waited till he got poked up 14 times for you to feel your conscience come to life? You're also not going to convince me that this is not conveniently timed with this incident where he was poked up 14 times in the jail. Y'all not going to convince me. You have to use logical sense, right? Outside of all that, let's also put this on the table. Let's put it all on the table. Tory Lanez is not in jail for shooting Megan Thee Stallion. Let me say it again. Because y'all are all up in arms like he didn't do it. Tory Lanez is not in jail for shooting Megan Thee Stallion. In fact, no one got in trouble for her being shot. There was no charge at all connected to Megan Thee Stallion being shot. I truly believe she didn't even get justice because nobody did anything to actually get her justice. He's in jail for having a concealed firearm, firing the concealed firearm, aggravated firing of a concealed firearm, reckless use of a firearm. None of it involves her actually being shot. I just want to be crystal clear. Nobody, and the thing is, you know why else he's not in jail for her being shot? Because she didn't press charges. I'm going to let y'all hold on to that one. She didn't press charges. She didn't even press charges on him. So she got nothing. She literally took the stand as a witness. Like, no, assault with a deadly weapon, he did not get put in jail for shooting her. That never happened. Go and read the article. He never got put in jail. So before y'all get to Megan Thee Stallion, and I know I seem like a Megan Thee Stallion stan right now, but that's okay. I'll be that, because I am. I'm not going to lie. I love her down. But y'all not going to keep, it's like y'all want to keep harassing this woman. The other thing is, if they had enough evidence, if this was enough evidence for Tory Lanez to be proven innocent, you think he would have sat in jail? The man who has a history of being violent towards women, you think he would sit in jail for Megan Thee Stallion and Kelsey? Are y'all serious? Like, are we using our brains? Okay? This is also the same man who we heard the audio of the day after it happened when he was the only one in jail, of him apologizing to Kelsey and asking them to get him out of the jail. Megan Thee Stallion lied to them and told them that she stepped on glass so that he wouldn't go to jail. We got to use our brains. We got to think. For real. And then to believe that that this random driver and bodyguard who was her bodyguard throughout the entire trial, you said you couldn't sit and watch an innocent man go to jail. You sat back and watched a man go to jail and didn't say nothing the entire time. What are we talking about? What got your conscience freed up now? We all saw the other day, it wasn't too long ago, where there was a riot and he was ducking and dodging like Little Kim. That didn't make you feel bad enough to come forward with the alleged truth? Are y'all cool? I want to know if people are cool. When I tell you the comment section of all the posts is going crazy. Wildin', oh my God, Megan Thee Stallion, I hope she don't never get peace. Tory, free Tory, free Tory. He would have been freed already. You think they would have sat on this information until they could do a press conference? Hello? Is anybody home? Y'all think they would have waited to do a press conference if an innocent man was sitting in jail? Do you? I want to know. I want to know if y'all are like logical thinkers. I want to know. The other thing is, I just want to know why. And now, and no shade with it. Now you got people like Chris Brown talking about posting free Tory. How problematic is this? All y'all need. So y'all telling me, and here's let me tell y'all something right now. Let me make this make a little bit of sense. Y'all are willing to take the word of a driver that wasn't there, who was a bodyguard, a former bodyguard of Kelsey. But Megan Thee Stallion and Kelsey, their word means nothing. But y'all are willing to listen to hearsay from a bodyguard who was driving her back and forth to court and clearly is a bad person, because if you heard that while you was driving her back and forth to court and sat on that information and let that man go to jail and you knew it, y'all are willing to take his word over the people who were involved in the incident. Y'all are willing to take his word over the text messages that they released showing us where Kelsey said, Tory shot Megan, help us, to Megan Thee Stallion's bodyguard in the moment. Y'all are willing to take the word of a man who didn't even get on camera to tell us himself that Tory Lanez was innocent. But Megan Thee Stallion and Kelsey is lying. Tory Lanez didn't even defend himself. This is how unreal I know it gets with y'all. Tory Lanez opted out of defending himself. And y'all are telling me that a bodyguard whose face we haven't even seen, who didn't even do the press conference, who sat on this information for so long until this man got poked up in jail. Y'all cool with that? Y'all cool with that? I'm trying to figure it. I just want to know. I truly do. And honestly, if I sound upset, it's because I am. I'm not even upset that y'all are unreasonable. I understand that y'all, I already know the type of people I'm dealing with. I'm truly like annoyed because it's like this is getting to a point where there is literally a witch hunt out for someone, for two people. All of the people had the ability to get on the stand. Tory Lanez's bodyguard and driver could have got on the stand. Tory Lanez could have got on the stand. Megan Thee Stallion and Kelsey all given the opportunity to get on the stand. And y'all think that the person who chose not to defend themselves is the one that's innocent? He was making music videos about Megan Thee Stallion and eating a stallion leg in a music video. You think he gave a damn about protecting them? Sometimes I want to know what level of delusion y'all be on. This is X Games mode. At this point, by the logic y'all got, y'all fighting harder for his freedom than he fought for his own goddamn freedom. That man didn't even fight for his freedom. And we finna listen to a bodyguard, and we finna listen to a bodyguard that didn't even come forward. A press conference about a bodyguard we can't even see. And him saying that he heard Kelsey say it in a car. Let me tell y'all something. By the standards y'all have, a lot of y'all favorite male celebrities, the same ones y'all be capping for, should be in jail. Because if somebody's word of mouth is enough for you to believe that what they're saying is true, and it was a person that removed the person that removed the person that said it was true, then a lot of y'all favorite male celebrities should be locked up and thrown under the jail. A lot of them who have walked away without a scratch, without their image being touched or tainted, they should be under the jail. You understand what I'm saying? Because if it's that simple and y'all think that someone's innocence can be proven based on someone saying that they sat in a car and overheard a conversation, I want y'all black asses to also be prepared to go to jail. I hate to be the one to tell y'all. Okay? But I hope y'all are prepared to go to jail, because I'm sure it's some women that you actually did something to that could report it, just say that it happened, and you'll be locked up. Crazy work. Crazy work. Crazy work. No sense. And then in any other situation, when it's let's compare Tory Lanez to Diddy. Y'all are literally saying that there's no proof or no truth to what is happening to Diddy. It's a bunch of people just saying stuff. That was the argument y'all had about Diddy. Now we in this exact situation with Kelsey's former bodyguard and driver, who wasn't there, who's 50 people removed, saying that he overheard a conversation and waited this long to tell us about it. And that's what y'all running with. They need to put the funding back into the education system. You understand what I'm saying? We need to get back to a place. Donald Trump is taking money away from the education system, and he needs to be pouring more into it, because it's literally not making sense. The level, and this is not even critical thinking or critical analysis at this point. This is common sense. This is common sense. Like y'all okay. Let me tell y'all something. I truly believe that, and actually, let me not say I believe. I am well aware that this is about y'all hatred for black women. And to be honest, I don't even mess with Kelsey. So I don't really care about Kelsey, because I think she's foul as well. I think she's also vile. I don't think she shot Megan for a second. I don't think it was her at all. I feel very confident in saying that it was Tory Lanez. But I also think, I also know that the reason y'all don't want it to be him so bad is because y'all hate black women. Y'all want to find every reason to blame black women for what has happened to black men who are responsible for their own actions. That has been the conversation this entire time. That has literally been the problem since the day that this happened, and since the moment where we found out what actually happened. It doesn't matter that Megan Thee Stallion did not initially accuse him of anything. It doesn't matter that she didn't press charges. It doesn't matter that she did an interview and said, I didn't press charges against him because I didn't want him to die, and George Floyd just died and we saw what happened on the news. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The only way y'all would be happy is if Megan Thee Stallion was in jail for being shot. That's what y'all want. This is the truth of the matter is that this is what y'all want Megan Thee Stallion to be in jail, even though she was the one that got shot. Can we just say it out loud? Let's say the quiet part out loud. Y'all want her in jail. Y'all want her to be responsible for her getting shot. Y'all want to find some sort of way to blame her for what happened to her, of all the people there. And it's crazy because the comment sections don't even be talking about Kelsey. It straight up be like, Megan's dead wrong. She deserves no peace. She this, she that. Megan didn't even put that man in jail. You know what helped put him in jail? Kelsey's original testimony. When she went to meet with the DA, they played that meeting in court. They played the meeting in court where she gave the exact same story that Megan Thee Stallion gave. And what's crazy about that is that they weren't even talking to each other. And she cried because she couldn't get in contact with Megan Thee Stallion. So when did they corroborate their story? Megan Thee Stallion stopped talking to her because she heard she was taking phone calls from Tory Lanez. Where's the math making sense? You know what I'm saying? Where do we say, okay, this is getting a little crazy? Y'all literally want Megan. Y'all beef is with Megan Thee Stallion. Y'all are upset because y'all think that she got justice. And the reality of it is she didn't get justice because she didn't even press charges. And the thing is, the last thing I'm going to say about it is y'all don't actually care about Tory Lanez. Y'all do not care about that 5'2" leprechaun. You never have. None of you have ever cared about Tory Lanez. Ever. You only care about the fact that you want a black man to get off free for shooting a black woman. That is really what y'all care about. Y'all never gave a damn about Tory. If Tory Lanez would have got locked up for something completely different that didn't involve this, y'all would not be talking about free no Tory. Y'all don't care about Tory Lanez. He is a symbol, a representation of how much y'all hate black women. That's what it comes down to. He is literally the representation of how much y'all hate black women, and y'all wanted him to not get a guilty plea because nobody gave a damn. And I'm not even saying he ain't have a few hits. Tory Lanez had a few hits. I'm not one to say somebody wasn't talented, but nobody cares about Tory Lanez. Y'all never did. Nobody was jacking Tory Lanez this hard ever. Y'all care about him because he went to jail, because y'all think Megan Thee Stallion put him in jail, and y'all don't like the fact that a black woman, in your mind, that a black woman put a black man in jail, even though she didn't put him under the jail and she saved him. Please, watch out. You understand what I'm saying? Watch out. So yes, because I also already know I'm about to get every stitch in the world, a million videos, everybody commenting telling me, you was wrong, look, I told you, because this is what they've been doing since the last time somebody else came out and said that it wasn't Tory Lanez. I don't want to hear it. Let's not waste each other's time. Okay? Because if we're going to take hearsay and rumors as enough evidence for somebody to be either innocent or guilty, then a lot of y'all is going to jail. And and just to be clear, if hearsay was enough, the trial for Diddy wouldn't have to happen. If hearsay were enough, Diddy wouldn't be on trial right now. They would have just put him in jail. I'm gonna leave y'all with that gem. That's the conversation. That's it.